The Senate passes the Hovensa Agreement. The vote will allow the company to sell the refinery. Details. A motion to adopt a new questionnaire for people running for office failed during a VI Elections Board meeting. Plus, police say a homeowner told them he was alone inside his house when he heard shots. The end result was gunshot damage to his home. Police asked for your help. Hello, welcome, and thanks for joining us on this edition of NEWS2. I'm Sandra Mansing. The votes are in, and the fate of the clarified Hovensa bill has been decided. On Monday night, senators of the 30th legislature and testifiers involved in the deliberations of the Fourth Amendment Agreement stayed in chambers for most of the day and night until a vote was finally hammered out. NEWS2's April Knight brings you details of this momentous vote.
It was a tight margin, but the Senate finally decided to approve the Fourth Amendment to the Hovensa Concession Agreement Monday night. The 5 testifiers sat in chambers late into the night responding to various concerns. Some senators remained firm in their opposition of the bill.
I was clear on what I voted on August 7th. I am not willing to legitimize the breach. I am not willing to make the invisible interim agreement legal.
Some also stood ground in support of the Fourth Amendment.
I've placed my position on the record. As you all know, I am in favor of ratifying this agreement.
And there are those who settled for the bill because some of their concerns were met.
I know exactly what I voted against, and if that were before us today, I would vote against it again. But now we have what we told the governor we wanted.
And because the clock is ticking on the St. Croix economy and on the depreciation of the immense Hovensa facility, the longer the negotiations hold out.
Time is not on our sides. Nobody can debate that. We cannot, I don't know if you all are genies from Arabia, replace the huge economic impact that this industry, this business has had.
In the end, 8 senators voted yes and 7 voted no. The approval of the agreement paves the way for Hovensa to sell the refinery. It also outlines obligations that Hovensa will provide, including health insurance for non-employee contractors, the VI government's exclusive control of $5 million in SEP funds, eventual payment of all deferred taxes plus interest, or 20% of the gross sale price if Hovensa is sold, and guaranteed fuel supply until 2019.
The passage of the Hovensa bill hinged on guarantees provided by Hovensa to assuage the concerns of the senators. Now the territory steps back to see just how well these promises are kept. April 9th for NEWS2.
Senators Barshinger, Capehart, Gittins, Roach, Jackson, Nelson, and Millen Young voted in opposition. Senators Buckley, Cole, Graham, Hanson, Malone, O'Reilly, Payne, and Sanis voted in favor of the measure. Governor John DeYoung sent out a note of thanks to those who supported the bill. Delegate to Congress Donna Christensen said on Tuesday that she is optimistic following the legislature's ratification of the Fourth Amendment Agreement. According to the delegate, now that the agreement has been approved, she is hopeful that the outlook will be better for St. Croix and the rest of the Virgin Islands. The delegate commends all senators for their thoughtful deliberations on the issue and for helping put the territory on the right path toward economic recovery. Delegate Christensen also commends Governor DeYoung and his team for working to answer the questions and concerns raised by the senators and their constituents. Criminal Investigation Bureau detectives on St. Croix are investigating a first-degree reckless endangerment that occurred in estate Old Friedensburg. Police said gunshots damaged a home, but no one was injured. The incident occurred on November 1st around 8 p.m. According to the preliminary police report, police say a homeowner told them he was alone inside his house when he heard gunshots. There was gunshot damage to his home. He said forensic technicians were present on the scene. Detectives will follow up on this case. Meanwhile, police officers on St. Croix and St. Thomas investigated several cases of domestic violence in recent days. On November 1st, around 1:15 p.m., police responded to a call of disturbance at the Harborview Apartments. A female victim told police that during an argument, her husband choked her. The victim also complained of pain to her throat and ankles. The husband, 34-year-old Keith Greenaway, was arrested and charged with assault, second domestic violence. Here's more from the VIPD.
And on St. Thomas, at about 10:20 a.m. on November 3rd, police arrested 42-year-old Heidekel de la Cruz and charged her with aggravated assault domestic violence for striking her husband with a curtain rod, causing cuts and bruises on his shoulders. The assault occurred in a residence on Commandant Gade. And on the same day at about 8 p.m., police were dispatched to a public roadway in Estate Nada, where they arrested 31-year-old Marvin Lee Daniel for assaulting his girlfriend. The victim told police Daniel assaulted her, causing visible injuries. Police on St. Thomas also arrested 33-year-old Cornell A. Bellardo on November 1st at about 11:30 a.m. at the Cyril E. King Airport. Police said Bellardo was arrested after he assaulted his girlfriend and broke her jaw. All of the suspects were held without bail, according to the VI domestic violence laws, pending their court appearance.
Well, there was a lot of controversy during a St. Croix Elections Board meeting Tuesday when the chairman suggested creating a full-time position for an assistant to the board. A motion to transfer the board's current secretary back to the election system's payroll and hire a new one failed 4-3. NEWS2's Erica Parsons has that story.
The St. Croix Elections Board chair wants a new employee for the board.
It is clear that the board don't have no authority over an employee whose salary is coming out of their budget.
Chairman Adelbert Bryan had to leave for another appointment, but not before the board spent the majority of the meeting discussing an elections employee paid by the board.
The issue is whether we can take that position, transfer it back to the supervisor of election, and then we can have an open position so that we can hire somebody.
To lose her as the secretary for the board, I think we'll be shooting ourselves in the foot.
Election staffer Tricia Johnson has been with the election system for 8 years. Much of that time was spent serving as secretary for the board. Bryan cited concerns with her allegiance to former Supervisor John Abramson Jr., and he referenced the recent federal audit that found that the VI's election system was lax in their processes and procedures, and ultimately the handling of more than $3 million worth of federal funds. 2 board members objected, saying the district board doesn't have the authority to do what Bryan is asking for.
This board don't have the authority to unilaterally reconfigure the structure of the election system. And even if we hired someone, that person under the law is still going to be responsible to the supervisor of the election.
If I can't tell an employee that is being paid from the budget, then the employee is not the employee of the Board of Elections be paid. It belongs where it belongs, transfer them there full time.
If it comes down to a transfer, the new election supervisor will do what she needs to keep moving the system forward.
If we transfer Ms. Johnson back to your budget, you have the money in your budget to take on?
Whatever is required, I will do.
That would mean not just a transfer of funds to the election system's budget, but having personnel create a position for Johnson to go back to. Erica Parsons, NEWS2.
A motion to adopt a new questionnaire for people running for office failed during Tuesday's meeting. Board Chair Adelbert Bryan drafted the proposed candidates questionnaire to help determine who would be eligible to run for an office. It included questions about voting jurisdictions, military discharge, outstanding loans, drug-related and other convictions, and crimes involving moral turpitude. Board members said they needed time to review that document they just received that morning. When the motion to adopt was raised, it died because it was not seconded. Well, over the weekend, 40 students along with 10 advisors and chaperones returned to the territory after participating in the 86th National Convention of the Future Farmers of America organization in Louisville, Kentucky. The student delegates represented several schools throughout the territory, and NEWS2's Shanika Robinson has details.
The delegation of Future Farmers of America returned to the territory over the weekend after participating in the 86th National Convention of the FFA organization in Louisville, Kentucky.
The FFA is a national organization, and what the organization seeks to do is to develop leadership skills, leadership potential, personal skills and growth, and also involvement in the agricultural industry through agricultural education.
The National Convention provided the student delegation, chaperones, and advisors with networking opportunities, scholarship information for students, leadership and agricultural education workshops, and support for building the local chapter.
The 40 students who left represented the Charlotte Mali High School, the Eudorican High School, the Elena Christian Junior High School, John Woodson, and Central High. All of them, along with I think 10 chaperones and advisors, were instrumental in representing us this year at the 86th National Convention.
During the 2014 National Convention, the USVI delegation received a National Award for membership growth. No delegation from the USVI has attended the FFA National Convention for the past 15 years.
We got the award for the most increased membership, and that is because the 40 students who left here represent the largest delegation that have ever left here from the USVI. But of course, we also represented the greatest increase in membership at the National Convention, and therefore having received the award.
The highlight of the presentation from the USVI delegates while at the conference was a display of the tilapia farm project at the Eudorican High School.
They came back very enthused. They came back being aware of FFA. They also came back expressing interest in careers in agriculture.
Shaniqua Robinson, News 2.
Funding for the delegation's travel and participation in the National Convention was provided by the Virgin Islands Career and Technical Education Board. Crucian Heritage and Nature Tourism, Inc., or CHANT, they're inviting you to their open house in the courtyard on Wednesday, November 6th at number 3 Strand Street, Frederiksted, St. Croix. That's going on from 5 to 7:30 p.m. You can learn what CHANT has done and what the plans are for the meeting. The objectives to establish heritage and nature as both the lead tourism product for St. Croix. Be one of the first to hear from the Board of Directors and CHANT providers. Hear about plans for Crucian Fusion 2013 and buy your tickets early. Meet all the movers and shakers in the tourism, the providers, tour guides, artisans and farmers, and board members, along with the executive director. Again, that's Wednesday at 5 p.m. The Obama administration official who oversaw the launch of the troubled federal healthcare website answered lawmakers' questions today. It was the Center of Medicare and Medicaid Services head Marilyn Tavener's second trip to the Capitol since the bungled launch of the Affordable Care Act website. Danielle Nottingham reports from Capitol Hill.
CMS boss Marilyn Tavener is under fire from lawmakers questioning the security of healthcare.gov.
Consumers have to be absolutely certain that when they go on and they fill out that application, they give all that information, that is secure.
A CBS News analysis showed a final security test was never performed before the site went online. Tavener told lawmakers the area containing personal information did get tested.
We had taken additional steps to make sure that an individual application was secure.
But at least one application was not secure. A South Carolina couple registered on the website, but their eligibility letters containing private information were sent to a man in North Carolina. Now Thomas Dougal and his wife want nothing to do with the healthcare exchanges.
My information is out there and I want it deleted from their website.
Dougal's senator asked Tavener to do just that.
Senator Scott, we have reached out to Mr. Dougal several times, and we will find him and we will follow up on his question.
I'm happy to give you his phone numbers.
I think we have them. Thank you, though.
He doesn't think so, actually, because no one's called him.
Tavener says the mix-up was a software glitch that has been fixed. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And keeping our eye on the economy, CVS Caremark says its third quarter net income is up by 20%. The Virgin Islands Port Authority Executive Director Carlton Dow invites all independent taxi drivers on St. Thomas to meet with Port Authority officials to discuss new operation procedures as well as other new programs that will be implemented at the Cyril E. King Airport. The meeting will be held on the third floor of the Port Authority's administrative building adjacent to the Cyril E. King Airport in the conference room, and that's on Thursday, November 7th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. For more information, you can contact VIPA's Public Information Office. That number is 774-1629. Defining a path forward, a women's empowerment conference was a success, according to organizers. Senator Jeanette Millen-Young, a major force in pushing the conference, thanked the agencies and companies that sent their employees and were fully on board. The conference, which happened on October 25th at the Marriott Frenchman's Reef, is part of a series of support and mentorship opportunities for women seeking growth in their business and professional careers. According to the senator, everyone left highly motivated to do better in their chosen careers. For more information about the conference, you can email Women Striving for Success Inc. at gmail.com. The Rotary Club of St. Thomas, too, distributed student dictionaries to the third graders at the Lockhart Elementary School on St. Thomas late last week. Approximately 104 third graders welcomed 6 Rotarians who handed out dictionaries to each third grade student that was present. This year marks the 8th annual gifting of dictionary through the National Dictionary Project, locally participating in cooperation with the Community Foundation of the Virgin Islands. Distributing the dictionaries was a good reminder of the power and value of the Rotary motto, service above self. Well, no more Crucian Christmas Festival, but instead St. Croix's Crucian Christmas Carnival is about to take off just 1 month from today. Events kick off with the East Carnival Village opening December 6th, following the old-time night parade with Stanley and the 10 Sleepless Nights. On December 7th, the Herbert Grigg Home for the Aged will host their mini carnival from 4 to 8 in the East Village. The Princess and Duchess pageant will be held December 15th at the Educational Complex, while the Miss St. Croix Carnival Queen Show will be the following week on December 22nd. That kicks off at exactly 6 p.m. at Island Center. The West Village opens on Christmas, second day, and there will be numerous artists nightly, all leading up to the Children's and Adults Parade on January 3rd and 4th. NEWS2 will keep you updated, of course, with all the latest activities. November 2013 is recognized as VI Recycles Month in support of the Waste Management Authority's efforts to reduce waste and to encourage our residents to do their part to preserve paradise. This month's activities include the kickoff of the elementary school aluminum can collection contest, the reusable bag contest, and participation in the St. Thomas St. John Chamber of Commerce's Business Showcase Expo and St. Thomas St. John Agricultural Fair. Residents who use reusable bags while shopping at participating grocery stores can enter to win a $30 store certificate. These stores are Plaza Extra, Cost You Less on both islands, Fruit Bowl on St. Thomas, Starfish Market on St. John, and Stop and Shop on St. Croix. Be sure to check the website to get a listing of all the activities and dates. Meanwhile, the authority is inviting local retailers to a series of town meetings to discuss the proposed fee structure to be introduced to the territory shortly. This fee will assist with the collection and disposal of certain hard-to-dispose-of items within our local waste stream. Retailers who sell these items are being asked to attend these meetings. Those items can include anything from fluorescent bulbs, motor and other lubricating oils for automobiles, marine or diesel use, electronic devices including computers, television, copiers, printers, telephones, appliances, and other items such as air conditioning, heating units, and water coolers. The retailers' meetings are being scheduled from November 4th, and the meetings for the general public will be held the week of November 12th. Again, you can log on to the website for more information. Well, be sure to stick around. Your NEWS2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.